Let's quickly talk about TaxAct versus FreeTaxUSA. So I want to do a quick compare and contrast of the two software tools so you have a clear idea which one is better for you depending on your situation. Here's the overview I want you to pay attention to though. So basically when you think about TaxAct versus FreeTaxUSA, you have differences in terms of filing, but also in terms of navigation style, but also in terms of complexity of your tax return, okay? And so what I want to do first is that I want to quickly define those two tax software tools for you so you have a clear idea what we're talking about. But right off the bat, I want to say that if you're self-employed or you need to file an individual tax return, no matter your tax situation, FreeTaxUSA may be a good fit for you because of its free federal and low-cost state filing. Meanwhile, LLCs and S corporations seeking to file their business taxes online are suited better when it comes to TaxAct because FreeTaxUSA doesn't have this sort of this depth and breadth of features. So what is TaxAct? Let's quickly define the software tool here. So TaxAct is a tax filing software tool founded in 1998. And so they've been in the industry for a while now, nearly 30 years. And the company has been basically has become a household names. And they also are doing a lot when it comes to free tax prep services. And so this is for TaxAct. We love the fact that with TaxAct, you have a great navigation tool, a great question and answer sort of process. It's just fantastic. What about FreeTaxUSA? Basically here, FreeTaxUSA was founded in 2001. And it's owned by TaxHawk, and it's actually a trusted and IRS-approved e-file provider with over 40 to 50 million tax returns filed. So this is kind of cool to understand that with FreeTaxUSA, you always have a free federal returns, okay? So this is a guarantee that the business has. So when you think about TaxAct, think of a tool that's great for LLCs and S corporations wanting to file their business taxes online. And when you think about FreeTaxUSA, think about a tool that's great for self-employed business owners wanting free federal filing and low-cost state filing. And this is kind of cool. You do have Schedule C, business income or loss in both programs. You have data import, of course. You do not have audit guidance and or defense with FreeTaxUSA, and neither do you have a tax pro assistance with business returns and also S corp and partnership returns. You don't have that. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. Now, let's talk about when to use either software tool. Basically, if you want to use TaxAct, if you are a self-employed individual seeking okay, let's first start with FreeTaxUSA. So FreeTaxUSA is kind of cool if you are a self-employed individual seeking free federal filing. So basically, you are able to do a lot of stuff. You can access all major tax forms and more than 350 deductions and credits. This is in contrast to TaxAct, which only offers a free return filing for basic Form 1040 filers, not self-employed individuals needing to file a Schedule C. And FreeTaxUSA is also great for rental property owners or investors who want to file a free federal tax return. And so basically, even if you own rental property or have investments, you can still use this for free. It is ideal for DIY users who are looking for free software that can handle complex returns. And FreeTaxUSA is also great for taxpayers filing returns in multiple states. So if you need to file multiple state returns, FreeTaxUSA is a great solution, and only $14.99 per state. The savings add up when you compare it to a TaxAct's $54.95 fee per state tax return. What about TaxAct? So TaxAct is great for businesses that need to file Form 1120, 1120S, or 1065. So 1120, that's C corporation, 1120S, that's S corporation, and 1065, that's partnership. Okay, so TaxAct will actually help you prepare and file those forms, and this feature is unavailable with FreeTaxUSA. And TaxAct is also great for Schedule C businesses seeking unlimited one-on-one tax assistance. So TaxAct offers an expert assist, which is really available with all price levels and gives you unlimited access to certified public accountants, enrolled agents, and other tax experts who can answer your questions and provide guidance as to how to navigate your tax situation. And FreeTaxUSA offers tax assistance for Schedule C filers at a fee of $49.99 to $54.99. And TaxAct is also great for taxpayers who want tax software with a mobile app. And so if you work remotely often, tax software that also has a mobile app can be especially useful. And FreeTaxUSA lacks a mobile app, but TaxAct app is very capable with the ability to perform many of the same features as the online software. And TaxAct is also great for expats looking for tax services, not a problem. So, long story short, if you're a taxpayer seeking full service filing, you might want to think about a competitor such as H&R Block. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about TaxAct versus FreeTaxUSA. Let's talk about the pricing here. So when you think about FreeTaxUSA versus TaxAct, what kind of pricing should you really think about? I want you to look on the screen right now. Here is a pricing for TaxAct as of the date of this show. So you can see that the TaxAct actually has 4 pricing tiers. You have the free, you have the deluxe, you have the premier, and you have the self-employed. The free actually is only free at the federal level, and you have to pay extra for state. And that extra can be really high. Okay, so it's one of those things where you have to really see what really works for you. And the thing is that when you think about, for instance, when you think about TaxAct, the federal is free, but it's only like Form 1040 only. You have to pay $54.95 per state. FreeTaxUSA, you have the free edition, so $0 federal, and you're paying $14.99 per state. If you have Form 1040 with schedules 1 to 3, FreeTaxUSA will charge you $14.99 per state, still the same thing. TaxAct, you have to really upgrade to a deluxe, which costs a little more. If you have Form 1040 with rental property, investments, or cryptocurrency, the price stays the same with FreeTaxUSA, but with TaxAct, you have to go to the premier, the premier plan, and this will set you back $74 to $100 federal and $54 to $75 per state. If you have a Form 1040 with self-employed income, you have the price still remain the same. So free edition at the federal level and $14.99 per state. That's the FreeTaxUSA price. But for TaxAct, you have to pay self-employed about $100 to $125 federal and $54 to $75 per state. And business returns, Form 1120, 1120S, or 1065, you can't really process them through FreeTaxUSA. In TaxAct, they're charging you $125 to $150 federal and $54 to $100 per state. And business return Form 990 tax exempt organizations, the price is the same, $125 to $150 federal and $54 to $100 when it comes to state. So it is quite expensive in our view. So long story short, you can see on the screen here the pricing for FreeTaxUSA is relatively lower than what you would have with TaxAct. So the comparison is really pretty straightforward here. Let me talk to you about some extras here. So when we talk about FreeTaxUSA versus TaxAct, what about the live assistance here? Well, basically, with FreeTaxUSA, you have email or live chat. Pro support subscribers can schedule a virtual meeting. For TaxAct, you have phone, email, and live chat. The qualifications of professionals, you have CPAs, EAs, or tax specialists in either service, not a problem. You have Tax Pro assistance for individual returns, not a problem. And Tax Pro assistance for business returns is not available in either or, okay? What about the helpful tools that you can get with FreeTaxUSA versus TaxAct? Well, basically, with FreeTaxUSA, you have deduction maximizer. You have amended returns. You also have it for TaxAct. And for the prior year return, you have return filing. You have it with either or. With audit support, you basically have a service that's available with deluxe upgrade, but it's available across all plans on TaxAct. And when it comes to tax calculator, the importation, if you will, of W-2s and 1099s, audit defense, and cryptocurrency support, you don't have those with FreeTaxUSA. You have them with TaxAct, except the cryptocurrency support. So it's one of those things where when it comes to like more detailed support, you have more help. You get more help from TaxAct than from FreeTaxUSA. So TaxAct overall offers more helpful tools than FreeTaxUSA, including a tax calculator, the ability to import W-2s and 1099s, and audit defense for an additional fee. Both provide a deduction maximizer, the ability to file amended returns, and prior year return filing. One feature they both lack is support for cryptocurrency transactions. So it is one of those things where if you really need it, you will have to go through a third, like another provider. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about TaxAct versus FreeTaxUSA. Let's talk about TaxAct versus FreeTaxUSA mobile app. So with FreeTaxUSA, you do not have a mobile app as of now, and so you don't have the availability of a mobile app product supported. With TaxAct, you have the tool is called TaxAct Express app, and it's available on iOS and Android, and all the products are supported. So free, deluxe, premier, and self-employed, and you can talk live with the tax specialist. You have e-file return. You can scan and upload W-2. You have IRS refund tracking. This is totally fine. And you also you can view, print, and save and save your return as PDF. Not a problem. So in the battle between TaxAct versus FreeTaxUSA in terms of mobile app, TaxAct clearly wins. Okay, and so this app lets you e-file your federal return and state tax return on any mobile device. And so its features include free federal extension filing, IRS refund tracking, and W-2 capture. And if you have any questions, you will receive enhanced support from a tax specialist with live chat, and all online products are supported, which includes free, deluxe, premier, and self-employed. And what's more, TaxAct allows you to switch from the app to the desktop and pick up right where you left off from. So this is kind of cool. Let's talk about customer service and ease of use, really, when you think about it. So when you think about FreeTaxUSA and TaxAct, they both are great. The user interface, the UI is easy to use for FreeTaxUSA. It's intuitive for TaxAct. And in terms of support channels, you have for FreeTaxUSA, you have email or live chat. The Pro Support subscribers can schedule a virtual meeting. For TaxAct, you have phone, email, and live chat. You have expert help offered in both categories. You have additional services in terms of free prior year returns and tax extensions for FreeTaxUSA. For TaxAct, you have a deduction maximizer, audit supports, and tax calculators. So this is kind of cool. Let's talk about TaxAct versus FreeTaxUSA user reviews. So basically, both software tools are pretty great when it comes to user reviews. We love the fact that you have the ability to track a lot of stuff at the same time. So we love that. Let me give you an example. For audit supports, basically, TaxAct reduces your audit risk with TaxAct alerts. It searches for mistakes and errors in your returns that can increase the risk of being audited. So TaxAct is also in partnership with Protection Plus, which will offer you full audit support. So if you are audited, the Protection Plus team will guide you through the process and even represent you in front of the IRS. And the service will cost you about $39 to $49.99, and it can be added to your selected plan. FreeTaxUSA offers audit support if you paid for the deluxe plan, and Audit Assist will connect you with an audit specialist to help you prepare. You can also access the Audit Center that will give you the information you need to prepare so you can easily respond to the IRS. And notably, FreeTaxUSA Audit Assist does not include audit defense, meaning the company cannot represent you before the IRS. So this is something you have to be aware of. What about support and resources? TaxAct has many support options, and there are various ways you can find answers and guidance when filing your return. And TaxAct offers tech support as well, which can be by chat or phone. So, and it's really important to mention that TaxAct also offers an option called Expert Assist, where you can file your taxes with a tax professional. You can schedule a call or you can get help immediately. Now, this option provides access to CPAs, tax attorneys, and IRS agents. The add-on is available at an additional cost or for free, depending on current prices and promotions. And so, at the time of this video, Expert Assist was actually was not costing anything. Okay, so but this can change though. So if you have questions, FreeTaxUSA will send you answers through email or the account message center. The support team actually will respond within 30 minutes or less. If you are a deluxe user, though, you get priority support, jumping into the front of the queue and chatting directly with the tax specialist. In terms of a refund, basically with TaxAct and FreeTaxUSA, you can get your refund through a direct deposit, credit card, or a paper check, and both companies guarantee a maximum refund. So FreeTaxUSA allows you to deduct the filing service cost from your refund, but you will be charged $19.99 for this option. TaxAct also allows you to pay for your tax fees from your tax refund. To qualify for this option, your federal refund amount must be $50 greater than the TaxAct and Republic Bank processing fees. So it is what it is. So what is the verdict here? So TaxAct versus FreeTaxUSA, which one should you go for? Really think about it. Well, it really depends on what you're really looking for. So FreeTaxUSA doesn't have a ton of features and tools, but it's arguably, in our view, the cheapest tax filing solution on the market right now. No question about it. With it, you only pay for state returns and optional add-ons. Federal tax filing is always free, no matter how complex your tax situation is. However, if you are a first-time filer, you may be better off with TaxAct because the company offers more assistance and convenience with its intuitive interface and mobile app. It is a pricier option though. You have to be aware of that. So if you have sort of a room in your budget, then go with TaxAct. Both providers are reliable and guarantee a maximum refund. So whichever you choose, you can rest assured that your return will be submitted quickly and securely. So bottom line here is that TaxAct is basically is not entirely free. It offers a free edition, but only for a simple federal tax returns. State returns will cost you somewhere from $39 to $54 per state. And FreeTaxUSA is free. It's free for all federal tax returns, and state filing costs $14.99 per state. And so FreeTaxUSA is actually trusted and approved by the IRS. It's actually an original member of the IRS Free File Alliance. It's kind of similar to TaxAct, same thing. Okay, so when comparing really, and I'm going to close on this, when comparing FreeTaxUSA to TaxAct, the major differences that emerge are in their pricing and assistance level. Essentially, TaxAct is better for people who need extra support and guidance through the filing process. On the other hand, FreeTaxUSA caters to more experienced tax filers looking for an affordable solution. So those are things you need to really think about. And so the good thing is you can file and prepare an individual return for free. And again, this includes the various tax situations like rental income and investment and self-employed individuals who need to file a Schedule C. So this is kind of cool. So you do have that flexibility when it comes to FreeTaxUSA. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Let's quickly do a recap here. So I was actually talking to you about TaxAct versus FreeTaxUSA. So I give you the overview, the usage, the pricing, the extras, and the verdict. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.